Last week. Thank you, Rashmi. Share नहीं कर सकता हूँ। कर दो। Hello. Say good. So, good evening, everybody. Today, I enter into that is the previous question. In the previous class, someone asked me the question. Give a live example of typecasting of object reference. I must show you. This is a very important area. I know that in interview you also face the questions from this area. So check that is what actually happens in this case. I show you a simple example. It is also very important. I show you how it is possible. Check. Now today the topic is looping. I must enter into looping, but first I explains or I explain a good example of typecasting of object reference. A real-time application I show you, then it is better for you guys to understand this concept. Now check here. I just write here. There is here. You see, I just move here. Sorry. There is here. You see. Check here. I just write. See. What actually happens here? How it is possible that we can typecast object reference. How it is possible. Now you know that in case of Java, one class is the base class for every class. That class is an object class. You know that object is the base class for every class. Java tells that Java class directly supporting inheritance. You know that if it is a user-defined class or it is a system-defined class, it's not a matter. Every class automatically inherits from object class. Now I just recap it another time. Those who are that is a newcomers for Java, you try to understand. In Java, there is the class is available. You try to understand. In Java, every system-defined class hospital must be capital. Object is the system-defined class, and try to understand object is the base class for every user-defined and a system-defined class. But here you see, by using that, I can show you a simple example, then you understand. I write here, there is the find fetch test1 dot Java. I just show you. Now, what actually happens here, I show you. When I write here, that is the public class, what the class name is the test1. See, now test1 is a user-defined class, that is my class. My class means it is a user-defined class. And who is the base class of test1 is, you try to understand the object is the base class of test1. Now here you see, I have an instance variable, I declare here object, that is the object obj. I declare. You know that object is a system-defined class and it is the base class for every class. Now here I pass obj. Now take an example. I just write here. There is the public, there is the object, or you can write here public test1. Test1 is the constructor. Here I can pass that is the object obj, or you can write obj. Now that is the constructor of the class. It has only one parameter. That parameter is of a type. That is the object class reference. You try to understand what is a reference and what is the object. That is the big difference in C++. If I write the object obj, then it is the object in C++. But in Java, it is not object. It is called as a reference because when I declare a variable of class type, it is called as reference. Now here the parameter of the constructor is also the reference of the class. It is the that is what I show you the live example. Then you understand what actually happens here. My instance variable name is what obj. My parameter name is ob. Now parameter value I assign to instance variable. But I can do obj is equal to now over. This is the part is over. I just write here public void static void main. Yeah, I pass string here. I just entered the main. Now check here inside the main what I can do. Here I have a method public object get. It's my user defined method. This is a non-static method. Non-static method means what? Object method. From the object I extract the data. What is my instance variable name is obj. I want to write here that is a file return that is obj. Anyway, that's the part. First I construct the object here. Yeah, you see. What I can do here that is test1 static is equal to new test1. But when I define this constructor by calling non-parameterized constructor, it generates error because my constructor is a parameterized constructor. And what type of parameter I pass here? Object class reference. I already covered in case of Java, who is the base class for every class is object. I just write the new string. What type pass here? I just write the Java. You see? That means inside the constructor, I am passing the string object where the parameter is Java. You know that here I am constructing the string object, but the string object base address assigned to word ob. You tell ob is the reference of which class? Object class. The child class object base address assigned to ob. Now ob value assigned to word obj. Now, what actually happens here, I just show you. In this case, what happens, I show you. When I construct the object, check here, sorry. When I construct the object, see, in this case, what happens? When I construct the object, it will occupy the memory from which area? That is, if area. See, when it construct the object, object occupy the memory from if area. You know that? The size of the object depends on which variable? Instance. How many instance variable available here? Only one. What is that? That is obj. You know that? In case of Java, reference occupy how much byte of memory? 4 byte. What the reference hold? It must hold the base address of the. It must hold the base address of the object, or the base address of the string object, because inside the constructor I am passing a string object. You know that when the object is constructed, it will occupy the memory from which area? If area. I construct a string object. String object also occupy the memory from which area? That is if area. Try to understand. You know that what is the string? Array of character. Yeah, you see. What it contain? It contains 4 characters. What is that? That is Java. See. That is JA. That is B. Here you see. You know that the size of the object depends on which variable? Instance. What is the instance variable name is? obj. Now the question is, obj is a reference. What the obj hold? If the base address of this string object is 1818, take an example. Now what it contain? It contain 18, that is 18. It is memory management. Try to understand. Now when it contain 1818, obj is an object class reference. Point to string object. If the base address of the object is 1718, take an example. If it is 1718, the base address is assigned toward a reference. What the reference name is? Reference name is TT. Now TT is the reference of the test class. Point to the test object. What it contain? 17, that is 18. Are you getting my words? Here you see. That is the my students. You trying to understand this is memory management. Now I construct a test object. When I construct the test one class object, it points to the test one object where the size of the object depends on the instance variable available in test one class. How many instance variable is available? Only one. What is that? Obj. Obj is the reference of object class in Java. A reference occupy how much byte of memory? 4 byte. You know that in case of Java, who is the base class for every class? I already covered. Java tells that the base, that is what object is the base class for every class. It points to a string object because when I call the constructor, I am passing a string object. Now this string object base address is assigned to obj because obj is the base class reference. Base class reference point to the child class object. Are you getting my words or not? Please check. This is the memory management. I want to cut it. Then I show you how the task is possible. Now check after that. What is my next job? What I want to do? I just write here string name is equal to. I have to call tt dot get me or get. Can you please tell me what is the return type of get method? Is the return type of get method is word? That is object class reference. You know that in Java, object is the base class. Can the base class reference assigned to the child class reference? No. If I directly assign error, you see how it generates error. Then leave it. I move to the next line. System data out data. Yeah, you see out data. That is the println. I pass here. Sorry. That is the println. I just write the name of that is the language is what's I pass. It's an error. Error name is what incompatible types must because the error arises in this line. Get method return type is object class reference. Object class reference never be assigned to the string reference. Check what I can do here. I just compile the code that is Java C. That is test one dot. That is Java. When I compile it, it's error. What did I write? Incompatible types. I already covered in my last class. When the error name is incompatible types, blindly tell that error arises because of what? Typecasting. Now see, how can you avoid the error? You can avoid the error by the what? Typecasting string. This is called as casting. See, when I cast it, because the return type is object class reference, but whom you assign? I assign it to me. So what do you require? Casting. Without casting, the task is not possible. Now I think this is the last. That is what last session question you asked me. So give a live example or give an example. I just to show you how the task is possible. Are you clear, everyone? Please share your comments. Then I can proceed as for that. Memory management is very much required in case of Java. Those guys learn Java without memory management. Think that you are wasting of your time. So आप लोग के लिए the main task होता है कि आप लोग memory management को अंदर तक जाओ क्या हो रहा है. What is happened in case of memory management? You try to understand. That is the main part. आप लोग सोचो कि क्या होता है. It is a part of OS. It is nothing else. It is your topic involved in a language. जब तक आप लोग इन्वॉल्व नहीं होंगे तो it is you are not capable to understand the concept. So that is the reason because in a single day I can't explain everything because my main motto is word to give you the guidelines for interview and as a that is what well wisher I always guides you for interview how to face interview. Now fine, when you are asking me some question, आप लोग जब मुझे question कर रहे हो, मुझे अच्छा लग रहा है, क्योंकि because I want interaction. When you interact with me, I feel proud that I am not wasting my time. I am involved with you, and that is required for a trainer. A good trainer always requires this concept. So please, without any hesitation, आप लोग मुझे क्वेश्चन करो. I am agreed to elaborate everything in front of you. Now you see what actually happens here. That is check. I just compile the code. Now you see. I want to execute the code. That is just now. So please give me the comments that whatever interaction is going on with you, it is that is understood by you or not. The second thing, please, that is a request for me because everyone connect with me. Please subscribe me and every day I want to take the class. And आप लोग जिस region से हो, please you can share it to me. Then as per that I can that is what I deliver that stamina or that level I can that is what put in your classes. So please आप लोग जो भी region से हो, please give me the comment that it will feel proud for me and it will just boost up my energy to explain everything. Now see, this is all about this concept. Whatever your requirement is, I think who asked me the questions, I don't know, but please check. That is, are you getting or not? You please share me a comment. If you're satisfied with my explanation, tell something. Then that is also boosting my energy. Give some that is word. Give some advice that what I can do in my next class. If you give me some advice that sir you covered this topic, I also move to that topic. As per your suggestion, I can move further. Now, I think today's topic is looping. So up to this extent, now I think I try my level best to elaborate this concept. Now today I enter into loop. So Java case what happens? Java never supports go to loop, but Java supports what? That is Java supports for, while, do while. I saw that most of the time the student face lots of problems in case of word, lots of problem in case of looping condition. That is nested loop. There are lots of problems you will face, but it is very simple. Try to understand what actually happens in case of looping. So simple word is word. If I write repeatedly a single line, take an example, someone tells that print 1 to 10. I can write a system out printer in 1, system out printer in 2, system out printer in 3, system out printer in 4. But this is wasting of time. This is a really wasting of time. If I use a loop repeatedly, it print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That it will print. Now see, just I write here, there is the test2 dot java. Now see, why we require a loop? Loop is means what? Loop means what? Up to that extent my condition satisfied, the loop is executed. I write here, that is probably class dot is there is the test2. Test2 is a class. What I did here, that is public static void dot is that is the main. But I pass here string args. I'm just entering the main. Now, what's my condition is that is word. What I can do, I print 1 to 10 by the help of for loop, by the help of while loop, by the help of the while loop. Now, what I can do here, system dot out dot println, that is the dot is use the for loop. You check the I use the for loop. You know that when I use the for loop, I have the requirement of 3 things within the for loop. What are the 3 things you require? First is declaration. I declare a variable int I is equal to what I pass here. I is equal to 1. Check. I declare I value is 1. Then what is my next job? What I want to do? I write here I. Next one is condition. This is declaration is over. Second one is what? Condition. I have to put the condition. What is the condition I pass here? For that it print 1 to 10. The condition must be less than equal 10. If I write I less than 10, yes, I value is 1, 1 less than 10, condition satisfied. But after that, what is the next requirement? Increment or decrement? Now I am using increment because after 1, it will print 2. After 2, it will print 3. After 3, it will print 4. After 4, it will print 5. In this way, it is going on up to n because I write on less than or equal. Now see what I can do here. I just write a system dot out dot print. You know that print means what? In the same line, I print the. Now when I print I means what? It print the value of I. For the first time it is 1, second time it is 2. In this way it print. Then after that I use a tab. After print 1, there is a tab in this way. Now same thing I can did it by the help of what? While loop. How can it possible? You check here. I just write the system data out dot println. I just write here. There is a slash n. You know that what is the meaning of that? Line break. Another line break. Then after that, what is the 2 line breaks are there? Then I am using what? That is the while loop. Or I am using what? That is while loop. What I can do here, that is the int j is equal to 1. I pass the condition. The j value is 1. I declare a variable. That is variable name is j. I just declare j value is what? 1. Now I pass the condition. What is the condition I write? While j less than equal 10. Now you see, in for loop everything is declared inside the loop. But while case, first I declare the variable, then I pass the condition. After condition, what I write? The system dot out dot print. Now I pass I, then I use a sorry, then I use a tab. Now you see, I just use it. Now it's over. Or I can directly write j plus plus less than 10. If you don't write to use the increment operator, there you can write. Then after that, I write the j plus plus. This is what increment. In for case, first you declare, then you pass the condition, then you pass the increment. Here what happens? I declare it outside the loop. Here I inside the while loop, I pass the condition, and inside the statement, I use increment. Same concept, but here you see it is another loop. Now it also print word 1 to 10. Now after that, what is my next job? I just use do while loop. Here you see what I can do here. System dot out dot println. I just do one thing. What I can do here slash n. I just write here do while. That is here you see. I just write do while. Check here what I can do. Here you see. I just pass here. That is the do while. Anyway, here you see, I just pass here. Sorry. What is my next job? You just remember, do while is something different. In do while case, what happens? The statement is first executes. I just write here, int the k is equal to 1. Inside the do, what I can do here, system dot out dot, sorry, that is the out dot print. I pass here, that is what is the value of k, then I use a tab. You try to understand what is my next job, what I did. I pass a condition. Why? You can also write here, after print of the statement, you can write here, that is the k plus plus, you can write. But you can also write here, that is k plus plus. Can you please tell me what is the value of k is? 1. 1 plus plus means what? 2. Then I write here k less than equal. That is what k less than equal 10. Just pass. Now this is the way I can do the job. Or here I can directly write k plus plus less than 10. It is depends on you what you want because without checking the condition, once it print word value of k value is already 1. It a print then k plus plus 2. Now here you see 2 less than equal 10, 2 less than 10, condition satisfied, print 2. In this way it is going on. If I write here k plus plus then fine, or you can write here k plus plus less than 10. Don't write less than equal to 10. You write it less than 10. Now, anyway, I just that is did the job. Here you see that is the end of the main, end of the class. Over. I'm using three loops in Java. That is for loop, while loop, and do while loop. All three are important. That is as per your requirement, you can use it. I think most of the guys already understand this concept. Here you see what I can do. I just compile the code Java C, check here. Now what I can do, compile the code, sorry, I just make the mistake, that is system out print. Now you see, there is what I can do here, what the mistake I did, system dot out dot print, I print the value of I, fine. What's the mistake is, you check, what's the error is, there is I. There is, I think, you see, sorry. There is, I just pass here. There is a notepad. There is test2 dot. Your mistake is what it tells I. I is the mistake. You see, and I is equal to 1. Fine. I print the value of I. Then what I can did here? Sorry. I did the mistake here, sorry. It is K. Anyway, I just compile the code Java C test2 dot Java. Just pass here. Then I write the Java test. Clear? It is 1 to 10. It is 1 to 10. It is also 1 to 10. I did the mistake there. I did the mistake. What actually happens? Now you see that's the way you can find out the edge. Hello, students, is it now audible or not? Hello, some technical issues are there. Just I give me just 1 minute time. It is yes. Is it solved? Hello. Fine. Thank you. Please. That is this is all about what that is called as loop. But actually, problem will face in case of word loop. Anybody can read, but the main problem will face in case of how they are. That is, we are using the nested loop. That is the main thing. So, as a programmer, how can I use a nested loop condition? All these things are important. Now, I just do one thing. I just write notepad. That is the test3 dot. Now you see the codes here. This type of question they will ask you in the interview. And then what actually happens? They will ask you. See, I just write here public class I passed. That is this. Anyway, I just go here. That is public static void main. I pass. That is anyway string data. So you just enter it to me. See, what is my next job? I just write here in the I is equal to 0 and j is equal to 9. I'm just explaining some fundamental concept that gives you some courage to write. Hello guys, you please check. These are some part of nested loop or condition. I'm using do while because the do while is a little bit confused for everyone. Everyone face problem. आप लोग for loop में कभी भी प्रॉब्लम फेस नहीं करते हो, आप लोग डू व्हाइल में ही फेस कर रहे हो प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज इन केस ऑफ डू व्हाइल लूप first statement is executed, then the condition is checked. Now you see what I can do here. I just write the days of fine do. I'm just entered into do. Now what I can do here, I plus plus. What I write, I pass the condition if I plus plus is greater than j minus minus. What I did, I just write here break anyway over. Now I pass the condition. What is the condition I write? Why? I pass the condition, that is I write here I plus plus less than equal 5. I pass the condition. But I write the system dot out dot println. I pass what is the value of I e, then find one tap what is the value of j. End of the main, end of the check out. Very simple concept I am using, but my main requirement is what? I am using do while loop, and within the do while loop, I am passing word, I am passing the condition. See, what actually happens here? When the program start execution, what actually happens? Please share your comments that what is the result. I'm just showing the program, but I want you guys practice it. I'm not explaining what is the result. You please today you that is what kill that. What is the result? Then you type it. Then you saw the magic. Here what happens? How many times the loop will continue? If you have any doubt, you please ask me in my next session. I must allow it. But I want that you practice it. This type of question they will ask you. So I write a similar type of code or whatever the code because you know that when you are facing a technical examination, at that time this type of question they will ask. Are you getting guys? If you are facing any problem, please tell me, sir, I am facing problem in this class, test 3 class. Then in my next session I must elaborate. But I am not explaining it now. But I am telling you that what type of questions you face in the interview. Now, another question I just show you. I write here that is the notepad, that is test4 dot job. Now you see what is my next job. I just write here that is the public file plus that is test4. Test4 is the class. Anyway, I'm just writing here test4 is the class dot you see public file static void main dot I pass string AR. Anyway, I just enter into the. Now here you see what is my next job. I just write int j is equal to I just pass. Int j is equal to 0. I pass a condition. That is the for. That is the int I is equal to 0. That is the I less than equal to 3. I plus plus. Anyway, I enter. What I can do here, I entered it into while. This is a nested loop. For loop is the outer loop, do while is the nested loop. Here I pass. Sorry, that is the system dot out dot println or print. I print the value of I. Anyway, that is the while I pass. What is the condition I pass here? That is I just write here j plus plus less than 12. That is anyway I just entered the that is the outer loop, entered the main, entered the. So another question I just said to you. Tell me what is the result. This type of question they will ask you. If most of the guys give me your answer, I must share some gift to you guys. It's better that you please share your location and share your address also. Not only send the answer, but also share the location, and we can share some book. And you know that my book Core Java for Beginners is one of the popular book. I can share it to you guys. आप लोग अगर आंसर सही दे दोगे तो हम लोग आपको शेयर करेंगे. My team will share the book to you. Please share your address also. Now communication address, you can share it to me or share it to my team, that they will transfer the book. So please you just check the code and tell me what is the result. I'm not explaining the result. And when you share it to me, please with the explanation, you can share why this is the result. Because I know that most of the guys make some, that is what type the code and tell what is the result. But I want explanation. And I also want you also make some mistake. You also typed it. That's not a matter. But the question is, when you typed it, you feel comfortable. I'm giving you gift for your that is energy for boosting your energy. Nothing else. Now I move to another code. See, another code is the job. You see, that is the sport the prime job. See, that is the public file class. What the class name is the test part. See, what is my next job? Public file. Take for it the name. Job I pass. Sorry. Here I write that is the anyway. Here you see what I can do. I just write here. There is a string. Yeah. Just enter into the mean. Now C1. I just write here for there is a in I is equal to 0. That is the I less than 3. That is the I anyway. That is I move to C2. Fine. Dot you see for I just write here enter j is equal to 0. J less than that is 3. That is j plus. Anyway, I just pass. If I pass the condition, that is the I equals j, then fine. I just write here. That is continue your issue. That is C1. I pass here. Continue C1. Otherwise, it just write the system data out at print line. What is the value of I is? I just use the tab. What is the value of j? What is my next job? End of the main, end of the class. Oh, that is another question. I just that is asked to you guys. Till the time I'm asking you 4 questions. That is the whatever the questions that I that is what I just share it to you. Please practice it. Please check it. What actually happens? That is that is what actually happens. You please check it. Now I just elaborate. This is the concept and this is the way. That is how the program executes. Are you getting me or not? Hello. Are you getting me? Hello. So please share the answer to me because it is very important and I just want this. I want the answer of these 4 questions. There are some technical issues arise today. So I must share you 5 questions to you guys. I already share 4 questions to you. Another questions I just share it to you. So you check up to this extent, I'm just elaborating or I elaborate every questions I elaborate. Now I move to the next one. I want the right answer of 5 questions. If you explain it, that is what without that is by the help of the that is any support you can take. That's not a matter. But I want the result. If your result satisfied me, I must share one of my book to you. That is required. Now, next, I just enter into the next part. So there are some technical issues are there. I'm just that is what I check it and tell you. That is give me some 5 minutes. I will check out it and send it to you. audible? Hello, is it audible? Now, I think that is someone tell me Horish loop, Devi Prasad. Devi Prasad requirement is Horish loop. Before I leave the session, I must show you how can you use Horish loop. Horish loop is basically used in case of array. I must show you Devi Prasad. Wait, I write my last, that is what question. Then after that, I must try to, that is what, explain what is for each loop. For each loop is basically used in case of array and collection. So till the time I'm not entered into collection, I think you already know that collection is one of the important topic for interview. Anyway, I must, before I leave the session, I must give you some ideas about for each loop. Now, the same question I just write here, copy, that is test 5 dot java 2 test 6 dot java. I just write here notepad, that is test 6 dot java. See. Only I make the changes here. Sorry, yeah, you see that is test 6. On behalf of that is a continue, I just write here. That is the break. Now the question is saying there is no differences are there. On behalf of continue, I just write break because continue and break very important. I just elaborate the. I must elaborate everything, but one thing is that I anticipate the answer of these 5 questions who gives me the satisfactory result. I must, as per the commitment, I must share the book to you guys. Now, please share. When you share everything or share your that is what answer, please share your location and I can share everything to you. Now I move to that is a Horish loop. As per Devi Prasad tell, I show you what actually happens in case of Horish loop. Now Horish loop is basically used in case of array and collection in Java to retrieve the elements from the array and collection. I show you. I just write here notepad. There is the test7 dot java. You see what actually happens here? Public class. What is the class name? That is test7. So fine. What is my next job? I just write here public file static void main. And write the string there. I just write here string. Sorry. You see. String sissy array is equal to, you know that a string is the class. This is called as array reference is equal to. I'm just using word this dynamic construction and initialization of array. It is one of the popular array. I'm just explaining. That is I write here red fine. I write green. I just pass the blue. I write that is a blue. I write that is the arrow. There is the I write that is white. I pass it. Now you see system data output line. I pass. That is the slash n. See the color. See the color. I write available in the very easiest loop. It is what I can do. I just write here there is for. It is the array of a type string. I have to declare a variable of a type string. You know that string is a class. Variable of class type is called as reference. String name is equal to. You try to understand what I can do because array of a type string. String name, I pass colon. Here the array reference. What is the array reference name? CC. What is my next job? System dot out dot print. I pass. How easier it is, you try to understand. One tab I use. Very easy question or very easy loop that is basically used to retrieve the elements from array and retrieve the elements from collection. When the loop continue, first element is extracted, read, assigned to name, print. Second, green is extracted, assigned to name and print. Third, automatically, cursor automatically transferred to the next element. No requirement of increment, no requirement of any condition. It will directly point to the array and retrieve the elements from the array. So here you see what is my next job. I just write here Java C combined code. Here you see Java that is test. So see, this is the way I just explain how can I retrieve the elements from this. So are you getting? So today I covered up to this extent because there are lots of technical issues that arise, but within this time you give me the support. Thank you for that, and lots of comments also you can provide today. I feel happy. Then this is also that is what that is this is also advantage for me in my next session. If there are some doubts that are available, I must elaborate. Thank you. So thank you for the session. Please comment it and sorry, there is a comment is there. Initialize. Sorry. Uh, yes. What happens if we do not initialize or give condition in a loop? So I've not initialized the loop. What actually happens? That is a very good question. What happens if we do not initialize or give the condition for the loop? It is, I must explain it in the next class because it is an infinite condition sometimes arise because if I write that is in, while true, if I write, take an example. Every time condition satisfied, it is an infinite loop and that is arise. I must elaborate. And that is, sir, I have completed the core Java course from JT. Now I am in 7th semester and placement is going on. What is the right path to learn advanced Java? No issues are there. I mean, if you are the student of Java Technocrat, I think you must be strong in core part. That is, but the main part for your interview is collection framework. Please concentrate on collection framework and JDBC. Servlet is not a matter. You just connect with me. I show you that how in the web server we can run the program. So you just connect with me, please. That is the I just try my level best. That is what satisfying. Any other queries also I can check it today, and after that I can explain all these things in my next class. Thank you. That is the end of the session. Thank you. So in the last request, please subscribe our channel and just connect with me. And if possible, inform your friends that they can also see our channels. Then I feel proud that I can reach so many people and satisfy them also. Thank you and all.